Where's the workbench? Yes.
Wait, did you not put rope anchors on this?
What? Rope anchors? On what?
Yeah, on the containers.
Yeah? Which containers? The steel beams or the containers?
The containers.
No, what have they got on them? Electrical connectors. Okay. Let's do this.
Yeah, now I've finished putting the logo. I put the scorched earth thing on my plane.
Yes.
So now I've done that, I'm probably going to work on a helicopter or a submarine. If you decided what you're doing, is it definitely a submarine?
Yeah, that's what I'm building now actually. Just starting it. I'm just gonna stick a door here for size, so I know how big. I use the door just to get a good idea on how big a person is.
Yeah.
It's actually a block down, isn't it, as well, actually? Oh, it doesn't work like that, so what I'll do is dig it down.
Yeah, I think I'm going to search around for a decent harbour. Not sure where I'll spawn my submarine.
Yeah, ladder.
Spider cakes at the harbour, doesn't it?
Yep, I think so. Oh, where?
If I can lift 4 beam, it would be cool.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, it works. It works.
What does?
The workbench. Get out of the workbench, Gav.
What?
Get out of the workbench.
Oh, what's that?
Wait, you're there.
Yeah, I'm quite far away though.
Can you TP to Harrison Air Base?
Okay.
Are you coming?
Yep. Let's go delete these two
Uh,
blocks.
oh god. Oh god.
Actually, I don't think I will because the server's been a bit laggy at the minute. But if I stay in the workbench here, it's fine. Okay. Cool.
Internet fixing. Why doesn't it want to weld?
Oh, did you break the platform?
No, I'm talking about the helicopter. It doesn't want to weld. That's weird. This wants to weld.
It's. Oh, that's right. Actually, right. Okay. Oh. Okay. So I'm gonna start with building the hull, like the shape that I want, and then once I've got the shape, I'm gonna start squeezing the stuff inside that I need. But I have an idea how I want it to work. I've already built the airlock. Now I just need to build the main parts now. Okay, so this bit's gonna be tricky. That's. Okay. Not bad. Okay, that's not gonna work. That.
I'm streaming on Discord if you want to see what I'm doing.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Watching stream.
Okay, so let's try this. It's gonna look bad when I first start, but it's gonna get better.
Watch the stream if you want to see it then.
It's alright. Yeah, what's up, man?
Are you watching your stream?
Nope. I'm building a sub.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get this little bit squared away.
Done. But
Where are you going?
watch on stream.
No, I thought you said bye.
And we can't watch the stream if we're also building.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going down. What should I do? Mm,
Okay. So, I'm streaming as well, actually. That's the reason why I'm not watching. Okay. What did I do wrong there? Ah, what did I do wrong there? Okay. Now what?
Oh no, 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 not this sound. Does the cost go down if the cargo will be damaged?
The cost of what? What kind of cargo?
The beam.
No.
Okay. Because it looks like just it look like concrete now.
Uh, come on. There we go.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a cargo container on the roof.
Have you done many of those missions?
What do you say?
Have you transported much?
Yeah.
Do you know when you transported the steel, did it stay the right way? Or did it flip upside down?
Um, what do you mean?
Like it didn't flip upside down, did it? Did it just stay the right direction?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Because yesterday it was kind of breaking a little bit.
Okay, now the propellers are fixed.
This is probably the block I need. No, it's not.
I'm transporting 4 beams in one.
4?
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it heavier then.
You say.
I mean, he is doing it with something from the workshop. It's probably powered by jet engines.
It's powered by propellers.
Which are powered by what? Jet engines, I guess.
The engines don't matter. The propellers matter.
No, because it's about having the right amount of torque. And torque is about the engine power.
Oh.
And how you gear it. What even powers your helicopter, Gav? Is it a diesel?
Yeah.
Is it like one of the aircraft engines, the V8 looking things?
It's medium engine. Two of them.
I was wondering where it got its lift from. That makes more sense. You just playing around, seeing what you can make with the shape.
No, this is the shape. I don't know if you can see it.
There we go.
I'm just building.
So is that going to open up? Why is it a different color? Is it subgridded?
No, it's a different color just because of the lighting. But I'll show you what the design is. Obviously, that's just going to have an engine on the back. I'm just trying to build it down to the engine now. But this is actually the ballast. See the side down here? And down here? So that's all ballast.
So that's how you plan to keep the balance, to keep it level.
That's our plan to make it sink, raise, and lower. It's actually a real life submarine design. So there's 3 types of ballast that they have in submarines in real life. And one of them is where they have saddles, which is like an extension on the side of the submarine, which just fills up and sinks with water. This one, I don't know what this one's called, but this is where it goes like all the way around, down, and then up. But I'm actually going to make this bit at the bottom here. This is going to be a fuel tank for diesel on the floor. And then
Nice.
And then this is going to be the ballast. So the ballast has to be big enough so when it's full, it outweighs the air in here. So this is going to be where the crew stuff's going to be.
So have you thought about how you're going to dock it to the base?
Yeah, here at the hatch. I haven't built the top bit yet, so it's going to have it'll have a cone like this. Like another section.
Yeah.
And then that'll be a docking hatch. It'll be one of these, but the other way around, so it can mag lock. But I've been looking at some images of submarines, and actually every single submarine just has one little propeller at the back, like nothing big. And I think it's because they're designed to be quiet. So if they have big, massive, large engines, then they're not going to achieve their aim. But I mean, we'll have a look at it. I might put 2 propellers on the back of this one just because of how wide it is. I just need to bring it in. I mean, let's look at what the propellers look like. Again, giant. Actually, no, just one will be fine. Yeah, so I'll just have one of these on the back. That should be enough. I just need to get it in enough. So I need to bring it in more. And then I'll play around with the shape if I need to a little bit. It's early stages.
Yeah, you get it working, then you shape it down.
But once I've built the shape, I'll be able to try and get a ballast working on it. And then once I've figured out how the ballast works, then I'll be able to start filling it up and getting it looking like a nice sub, I suppose. To bring it in more.
Have they taken away the original gearbox? I can't find it in the build menu.
And if they have done, that means everyone's creations will be broke. Maybe they renamed it.
But what would you kill a gearbox? The guys in the gearbox.
They have. No, they have took it out. That's not good.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Does that mean everything's broke?
I kind of don't know how to react, but
Yeah, it's not in
I was
there.
just looking for the gearbox, and I was just like, da 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 da. Where the hell's my gearbox?
I think you're right, it's not in there.
I mean, I know how to use a modular one, but that's a pain. I'll just use a modular one then, I guess. You know what? I'm saving this and I'm going back to one of my other creations.
Yeah, if you load in one of your old ones and it spawns with no gearbox, then they've ripped it out, haven't
The problem is most of my things are either straight ran or jet, so This has a gearbox.
It has a gearbox.
Yeah, the old gearboxes are still there,
Oh,
and I can copy the part.
so what's it called?
It's just it says gearbox deprecated.
Huh.
Oh shit! They have been removed.
What
Wow.
have been removed?
Gearboxes.
They've actually removed gearboxes. So now we have to. Yeah, we have to use the modular gearbox. So all of the old
No.
gearboxes are broken. Yeah.
That means your boat.
Wait.
That means your boat's broke.
No.
Yep, you're gonna start losing subs, Saddle. People will be like, "Hey, your boat's broken."
You better start slapping modular engines on them. Modular gearboxes.
That's
At least.
just stupid.
Does my helicopter use a gearbox? No, it doesn't.
Anything that has a reverse, like your train, might.
Yeah, my train. I think my train
Oh,
does.
it's electric, isn't it? No, your train's electric, so
No,
just
it's not. It's not. My train. Sorry, my train does have a gearbox.
God, there's a
but
fire.
I don't think my helicopter does.
There's a fire.
Okay.
Your fuel tank is on fire.
Here's fuel tank.
Yours.
Where? Why would you set it? Why would you set it on fire?
I don't. I didn't put it on. I don't know why it's on fire.
Wow. Look at that. What do you think of that, Exxon?
Oh, that's a hell of a motor.
I'm gonna
Gee.
check if my boat is broken.
That's actually a cool sub. What I need to do though is
Apparently, if you time a gear or you gear at the wrong time, you can actually damage the gearbox as well now.
okay.
So you can blow your gearbox just by changing gear badly. Like, if you're at max revs and you gear down, you might just blow the gearbox.
That'll be cool to see.
That would be kind of cool. Especially if you're driving a car and it just kind of goes, and it just crunches and it doesn't change gear.
Yeah, so I've got like some really cool ideas for the inside of the submarine. I haven't installed many submarines off the workshop apart from that one we was messing around in the other day. So I don't know what other people have done, but I've had some really good ideas. I reckon they'll be pretty awesome.
Hell yeah. Just build them and go, isn't it? Give them a try one at a time. I'm trying to make a small submarine that's also a tank, so they could drive up onto land and go back into the airplane hangar.
That'll be cool.
But this is more of a sort of search and rescue with a small, maybe helipad on top of it, depending on how well it floats. Because I do need to make a helicopter, I just don't have any that I made. Apart from that one thing I showed you that had like a bumblebee tail on it.
There's another way of doing this, isn't there? Cool. Well, there's the sub. Now I just need to fill it out. I need to practice diving. Right, so this all needs to be filled with water. There's so many extra parts here, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing anymore. Modular engine fuel manifold, modular engine fluid pump. Like, what is all this? This update
Well,
should...
the manifold is so you can actually control the air-fuel ratio of the engine. You can actually tune things that detailed.
Impeller pump.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
basically like a water pump. You know, the way your car has
I still have it on my boat.
Yeah, you will have still have it on your boat, but it's deprecated.
Yeah, which means it'll probably be removed completely one day. And it might break because they're no longer supporting the code updating.
Seawater, freshwater. Wow. Well, that needs to be seawater.
For what? Oh, spawning for ballast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Just seawater is not the best at cooling. That's the only difference between it and regular water.
It still spawns the
Yeah,
boat.
yeah, we just said that. But if you hover your mouse over it, it'll say deprecated, which means it's no longer supported.
Huh? Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're gonna
Why?
remove it.
Because they're developers, and it's their game. It's up to them. They've added modular engine gearboxes, and I've just put a modular engine gearbox on a regular engine. I'm about to test to see if it works. As long as it works, then
Will they add them again?
that's unlikely if they've taken it out.
I'm gonna check if. That's just stupid to do.
Why, when that gearbox was 4 times bigger than the new gearbox, why would you even want the old gearbox?
Because then they need to fix it. Because I don't want to.
Because you're too lazy to change a single gearbox in your vehicle. Oh, sorry, you might have 4. That's so hard to change a gearbox. Delete, place new one down, reconnect one power signal, reconnect one electric signal. That's it.
Are they the same?
I've got to do that for like 50 of my vehicles that I've created. I don't care. I'm just glad that we've got a new gearbox. I just hope as long as it works as well as the old one, that it stays, because this is tiny.
Let us know. Let us know when you've tested it, because it'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'm literally setting up the assembly.
What does it matter? What gearbox matters? Are there better?
They're smaller, and some of them can handle higher torque thresholds, meaning they won't break under load, because they've added a torque system to the game, which they probably didn't want to have to code for the old gearbox.
It's gigantic.
Oops. Need to turn symmetrical mode off before I start pressing buttons.
Yeah, I forget symmetry mode sometimes, it murders me.
It's annoying when you build half a vessel and then you expect the other half to be built and it just isn't, and then it's even more annoying when you're like deleting stuff
Sorry, that first statement there was just picture perfect. Stormworks in a nutshell. Just like, when you're building in symmetry mode, you look at the other half of your vehicle and it hasn't built. It's like,
Yeah, it's annoying. You know what I've tried doing once as well? I tried so I built half a ship without the symmetrical mode on, thinking it was on. So then I've turned it on, pressed the undo button, and then pressed the redo button to see if it'll fix it, but it doesn't. Which is a shame. Alright, so that's my pump out. This is my out pump. Can you name these? No.
well, you can't. Oh, I could just want you to name that. That's
What?
terrible.
Oh, the pumps? No, you can't name the pumps. A bit of a shame.
Yeah, because you might want like ballast pumps or whatever, which is probably what you're trying to name it.
Now I was going to name it Pump Out and Pump In.
Ah. So gearboxes go down into the main drive shaft. Okay,
So
so
that's
remove this T
the
junction.
water out.
Doesn't the filter take the seawater? Doesn't the filter take the seawater?
The filter?
Yeah.
It will separate out. It won't filter the water. It'll just stop your clean water getting contaminated and stuff. Although actually, the air filter might. I don't know. These parts are new actually.
Allow fresh water, allow seawater. No.
I should have put all this
I'm
on
gonna
the
turn
front,
that
actually.
off. Diesel, air,
I'm going to delete what I've just done here and just put it all on the front because I'm going to need some weight on the front to equal out the weight at the engine.
Counterbalance a little. Yeah.
Yeah, fluid, meter, fluid. Where's the middle? There.
Oh, there's so much luck.
50%. Right. Here we go.
So I need to put a seat down. So this is the right hand clutch, left hand clutch, left gearbox, right gearbox. Make sure reverse is
If I
set.
put on allow seawater off, will it overheat?
Allow seawater off. It depends on what you're using that water for. If the water's for cooling and the only thing you have is seawater, then it will overheat.
Then I will just have it on, and I don't matter if it will destroy the engines.
That's going to pump fluid in. That's going to pump seawater in. This one is going to pump out.
I'm gonna double check, make sure these gearboxes work.
I'm gonna pump out. Okay. Got it.
It'd help if I gave myself a
I'm
throttle.
gonna hit 200 pretty soon.
Oh, what were you saying about the ballast earlier? Something about I didn't have to use the microcontroller.
Oh yeah, you can just use a PID. Because a PID, if you use the set point on the PID and say like 500, and then you compare that against your altitude in sea level, but you invert the number because if you're under the sea, it's going to be a negative number. So you just run that through an inverter, and then
Oh,
you'll get a clean number you can work with.
oh yeah. So what I was saying is I wasn't gonna do an altitude hold. I was gonna
So what?
I was gonna do where the actual submarine is balanced. That when you press a button, which is level, it doesn't auto hold your altitude. It just stops you from going up and down because the submarine is perfectly balanced. Therein, the amount of water that's in the ballast stops it from going up and down. Like a real submarine.
Yeah,
And the way I was thinking you can do that is using a greater than and a less than formula. So if I make the ballast so that when the capacity is at 50%, let's say 50% is 10,000, yeah.
yeah,
So then I'll have a formula where if it's greater than 10,050, it'll turn off the pump that's sucking water in and turn on the pump that's sucking water out, which will lower it. And if it's less than 9,950, then it does the opposite. So it'll keep the submarine at a neutral ballast level, which will stop it from going up or down. And then when I unpress that button, that will be me either flooding the tanks or draining the water out to go up or down. And then when I want to level off again, I put it back into neutral by using the greater than less than values. Do you think that should work?